Have you ever installed a game and it broke your computer? Can you tell me all about it?
Uh, bro, yeah.
Too
Well,
many to
okay.
count.
Only on Linux, and
Hey,
we're going there,
quit
Orson.
editing.
No, no, no.
No, no.
What I'm saying is you found this brand new released game. You're like, this is the coolest game ever, and you get it home like on a CD or whatever, and you put it on your computer, and it like bricks your computer and has like a 5 FPS.
Uh,
Well, 5 FPS isn't broken. It just means you need
Or
an
crashes
upgrade.
out.
yeah. I mean, Arc, Arc Ascended was like
Yeah.
that. I had a 1080 Ti, and I ran the original Arc just great. And then I was like, well, let's try Arc, Arc Survival Ascended, and it was terrible. And then my once spaceship computer, according to the benchmark tools, was no longer a spaceship, but like a potato truck or something like that. I don't know.
A potato.
Have
Oh
you ever
man.
run those
truck.
benchmarks where it like tells you what, what your computer is compared to? I just made up the potato truck thing, but
I can haul potatoes.
Orson, what
Yeah.
about you? Have you ever bricked your computer
Have I
trying
ever
to play a
bricked my
game?
computer playing a
Trying to play a
game?
game. Yeah.
Yeah, too many times to count. Specifically, there was a game by the name of Ashen. Excellent game. I love the game. There is a critical bug in the game where it will delete and corrupt its own save file. So what did I do? I did the nerdiest thing possible. I created a backup script on my Windows machine, and it would go and it would back up the file every single, I think it was every 10 minutes. That way I had a record and a possible restore point. The funny thing is, eventually someone on the Reddit was like, hey, does anybody have like a save point for this? And I was like, haha, I got you covered. I have like 1,500.
you didn't like delete old ones. You just
No, I kept a record of every single thing until I beat the game, and then I realized I wasn't recording it, and I was very, 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 very upset. So I got to go back and redo that part. But
well. The real question is, did any of your saves ever get corrupted?
yes, yes, they did.
Oh
You know
man.
how this is the only reason I found this thing to begin with at all is because I was playing the game, and then all of a sudden my save file got corrupted, and I was so far, was almost done with the game. So I
Ah,
lost it all. And I was very, very upset. So upset that I went to the developers, their threads or however their emails. And I said, hey, you have a critical bug. Um, this is no fun. Here's your stack trace. I went, found the stack trace for the game, and I sent it to them. So yes, I broke my computer many times installing games, especially in Linux. I had to wipe machines on Windows frequently. Most recently, it's been Windows issues. So I was just like, you know what? If I'm gonna have issues, I'm gonna have issues in a playground I actually enjoy. So I went to the Linux. So Team Linux, hurrah forever.
cut. Moving on.
Okay, now for the other half of the podcast.
Phil doesn't like
Yeah.
Linux.
So for me, surprisingly enough, I've never had any real, I guess you'd say, blockers with the PC. It's a more of a matter of your character is going like
Yeah.
it's still something's still happening. I'm not just I can't I'm not stuck or can't play the game. But what happened to me as a child was very sad. Well, more of a teenager, more of a teenager.
Let me play you a
So
violin.
they have a Xbox 360, and they had this little thing going on with Walmart, and where people would exchange their Xboxes because there's these Xboxes had a very signature
Oh, the red
red
ring of
ring,
death.
the red
Yeah.
ring of death.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was a ton of drama.
And then they made the
And
Xbox One in the next release, and it was so massive. It had the biggest vapor cooler and then this big freaking fan on top because they never wanted that to ever happen again.
yep, yep, yep. Yeah, so horror stories with that. It's the first time I ripped apart a Xbox before to try to fix it myself and then play the Walmart exchange game when I found out I wasn't smart enough how to fix it.
The Walmart
And
exchange.
I would reseal the do not open sticker so it looked official.
Well, the irony is that sticker is illegal.
Yeah. Well, I think they may have even sold these stickers, but in any case, I would like to welcome the audience to the Pursuit of an Audience, our podcast. I am
Mm.
Drew. This is
Philip.
Phil and
I'm
Orson.
Orson.
And so, speaking of hardware, we have a interesting problem in the world right now that's affecting gamers, which that's affecting PC builders, and it's the demand for AI hardware and where this is headed. So
Yeah.
how are we going to survive the $1,500 RAM chips and $5,000 GPUs? What's
$5,000. They're
yeah,
$5,000 now?
yeah. In fact, they said
No.
they're going to stop building consumer ones soon to
Wait,
feed the
what?
AI farms.
What? No, they did not. I gotta look this up.
So the question we have today is the cost of building a gaming PC. How bad is it, and how bad is it going to get? What do you think, Phil?
Ooh. Let's see. So, m- my problem is that I've always hand built my own PC, and the advantage of that is then I don't have to go out and buy a whole new gaming PC. I just have to buy parts that are old. So I'll
Right.
replace this part or that part or this part. So I don't actually know.
So you're buying the DDR4 RAM for 150
Oh,
bucks versus the DDR5 for 1,500 bucks. Is that kind of what you're saying?
DDR4 is like $200 right now.
Oh, really? Oh man.
Yeah.
well, what I'm saying is I don't know the cost of a whole gaming PC, but I will save up for individual parts, and I have actually not upgraded my PC for a year and a half now. So
My
that was before the whole thing. So I'm a little hesitant to find out. I don't know.
yeah. So you did it. You rebuilt your computer pre AI
The AI.
pandemic.
Yeah, sure.
AI pandemic.
What about you, Arson? You're building all kinds of things. How do you?
I do
How are you
build
going to
all
survive?
kinds of things. How am I going to survive? It's going to be hard.
Survival in this apocalyptic, like,
Well, first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, strap up my bootstraps there, and I'm going to put on my backpack, and I'm going to get my raiding materials out, and I'm going to start getting ready to go raid the ram farms.
no, you're not.
Do they have ram farms?
No,
Is
they
that where they're
don't.
like they're farming ram with hose and ray?
Just don't spend money on avocados, and you can afford any RAM you
You
want.
can afford ram if you don't buy avocados.
Mhm.
You're telling me I
Um,
have to give up my avocado toast?
yeah, no avocado toast for you.
And then you can
Well,
buy RAM.
on a more serious note, I'm definitely gonna just stop buying things like that because there's no point to buy it currently. You're going to be overpaying for something 2 years ago. You could get DDR5 2 years ago, 32 gigs for like $200, and
Yeah.
now 32 gigs of DDR5. You might as well
So,
get a mortgage for it.
so that's an interesting point though, because if the cost of hardware skyrockets, right? then there's a significant portion of the gaming community that can't afford the higher costs, and so they won't upgrade their computer, right? So then the games that are new and that are coming out, nobody's going to buy because their computers can't handle or can't run them. So then
So
you think
mhm.
develop, or am I
I,
cut
di-
into the?
I
Well,
disagree.
you're in the
I
PC
disagree.
world. So this is what
But let me
happens
let me
in
finish really quick. My thought. My
no, not
thought
allowed.
is the thought is Orson that will developers make games that run on lower end PCs
They
rather
do that
than
anyway. They do that
pushing
anyway,
the
but it's not going to stop them from building the high end games. And
true.
It
do you know
is
why? Do you know
100%
why?
gonna stop them, and this is
No,
the
it's not
reason
going to
why.
stop them.
It
It's not
will
going to stop them.
100%.
You're
It'll
wrong. You're totally
100%.
wrong.
I am not. I am
You're
not,
wrong.
and I have
You're wrong.
You're
evidence
on.
from the
You're on.
past to
I have
prove
All
evidence
right.
it.
too.
This is the evidence from the past. They held back the PC graphics for so long because of consoles. As soon as consoles get into the mix, consoles set the standard for the graphics of a generation, and they last usually for about 7 to 10 years. And they don't go higher because if a console can't play it, developers are not making that game.
So I have access to
I disagree.
the highest
Triple
most
A.
powerful GPUs and systems, and it's all through GeForce Now subscription.
Boo. Boo. You
Oh,
know the latency on that?
Drew throws
Nothing,
in the
nothing,
wrench.
nothing. I do first person shooters, almost nothing.
You do a first person shooter and you're saying you don't have latency? The latency from a mouse and a keyboard? I mean, this is a wireless mouse. There's latency that I can feel on my computer, let alone cloud gaming.
Okay, so when you get when you play COD against someone playing GeForce Now, you can tell me how slow their reaction time is, or
Yeah,
how bad the latency is, or
you
if you can play a racing game and not crash off the track and beat other people, then you can say it's slow. It's not.
well,
It's
it
very
depends on
good.
your internet at the same time.
That is true, but
So, Mr. California man,
that would depend on anybody playing a mass online game, any game. So
but if you're in California,
unless you're sitting at your house playing, solo player Sim City, you're which nobody's
your
doing that.
your internet is going to determine almost all of that because you're in California, you probably have access to some pretty sweet hookups, right? Versus the
Which
farmer in the middle of Ohio
which
trying to
is Phil.
play
Phil.
on
Okay,
GeForce Now.
Phil. Where do you live, Phil?
I live.
Don't say
I
it
don't
on
know
the
if I want to say where I live. I live
Okay.
within the great
You already
state of
said.
Wisconsin,
Okay, on the outskirts of Wisconsin, no man's land. And how fast is your internet?
like 900 megabits
Which is
down and
three
up.
times faster than my internet in California.
What?
Yes.
Man, those
I mean, I could get faster internet, but yeah.
oh, so you just don't.
So beyond the gaming, let's talk about movies. What's the future of movies? Is YouTube going to make its own custom AI content and our creators going to get sort of sidelined and kicked out?
Ooh,
What what's the
that
future
is
of that? You guys saw that
I
video that Phil shared, right? Where Phil,
yeah,
what was that
yeah.
video about? Where he's saying that they would make AI would get so good that it would recognize its customers and basically make unique content just for them, right?
Oh yeah.
And so the point would
I
be
don't like
that
that idea.
they would feed you what everything you want to see and hear, and to the
Yeah.
point where you can't tell if it's a real creator or if it's AI generated junk,
It
right?
just sounds frightening.
It sounds scary. It sounds controlling, right?
Like, what is the point of going on YouTube at that point? Because it's no longer YouTube and it should be called MeTube. Except that sounds terrible. Don't.
Where do you I guess the danger
Don't
here
take
is
that advice.
if they can force feed you exactly what you want to see, right? Then that's what you're going to watch.
I
Yeah.
don't
and
want to see.
they can turn the dial and manipulate you by doing that.
Okay, but when I go on YouTube, I want to see the creators that I have subscribed to, like
Right.
Linus Tech Tips, beat 'em ups, or some random.
And the younger generations will say, "Oh, that's the boomer YouTube watcher."
Exactly. I am a boomer YouTube watcher in the YouTube era, I guess. I
Yeah,
remember the original YouTube.
you
That
want
makes me feel old. You guys remember
your
Lightsaber Man?
your Walter Cronkite YouTube kind of generator people.
This is the Walter Cronkite YouTube session. We're going to be watching a real people.
What they should do?
Hmm.
If Patreon was smart, they would start doing creator content on there, similar to
Ooh.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Well,
but what you're saying is that if you pay
yeah.
somebody more money, that they can do better prompts and build better content. Is that what you're saying?
No, 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 no. He's
That it would
saying
be custom
take
content to them.
take over the space on Patreon and take the market share away from Google and
Oh,
YouTube to be videos, but
oh.
of
instead of
of creators
be
themselves and no
So
AI.
yeah,
well, they actually do that with YouTube anyway. They say, "Oh, and join my Patreon," right? So that's the thing, I
well,
guess. But
that's because
you're
YouTube
saying
can't pay the bills.
exclusively do that. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Just make a
Yes.
platform. Oh
A
yeah.
platform where creators can share human-made content. No AI, like whatever.
But that sounds good, but how are you gonna really tell? Because what all it's gonna take is one extra creator who looks authentic, who's not.
Correct.
And they'll just, they'll put blemishes on their face, they'll misspeak, they won't be polished, and then they'll say, "Oh, I'm authentic.
I
Yeah.
have a
And I
genius
have an
idea.
and I have an illness and support me and pay me," and you know what I mean?
You know
And you'll
how we
never be
used
able to tell.
to interview people?
Yeah.
If you want them on your platform, right? If you want to be a creator, you get interviewed to see if you are a real person.
Boo.
Boo!
No.
Why not?
We'll make
Because
a
that's a
channel
terrible idea. Because
where you
then
like call people out and say, "Are they real or
no,
not?"
no. The platform then goes, "Are you male or female?"
Why?
Oh, you're
Why
male.
would?
Okay,
I'm
check.
a non-humanoid,
Why
and
would that matter? Have you guys
What
heard of float
ethnicity are
plane?
you?
Have you heard of
You're
float
giving the
plane?
platform
Have you heard of
power
float
to
plane?
discriminate against why they would allow or not allow individuals. Oh, you're
so you're
AI.
saying it's an anti-AI policy of
No, or
discrimination?
to Orson's specific thought
You don't
of
like the idea
interviewing
of
individuals.
asking for real people to be okay, so like Twitch, right? A terrible platform, but let's use it for an example,
Opinion.
right?
That's an opinion.
So Phil, you're saying you don't want to open the door so that people can say, "Oh, what about my box? You got to check that box," and they'll be the dog pile with their
Right.
special needs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
What would
Okay, I
solve
have a
all of
better
this?
idea.
A
Pay
drop of blood.
me
That's what it is.
$10,000 and you're able to start a channel.
No one will pay you $10,000.
Yeah, Orson, you're more than welcome to try.
If you picked a particular avatar that's not a, like you may be able to do that.
Oh my gosh. Why? I hate how that's a thing on the
Or
internet now.
Orson, as long as you're not. Never mind. Okay.
So what about movies? You guys have seen those new movie trailers, like with Huggy Face and Kling, or what's it called, Hug Face and Kling AI, where they're like
Yeah.
trailers.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the one about going to the moon? And they're like,
No.
we. Oh, you have to watch it. Where it's like, oh, we faked going to the moon on the moon, so they're like faking
Dude,
the moon landing on the moon.
I was
That was
so
so cool.
invested in that trailer that I
Or
was like,
Stonehand. Have you guys seen Stonehand? The like the
Yes, I
slap,
want
the
to see.
slap.
I want to see that one. I want to see that one so bad. Too bad it's not a real
Yeah.
movie. Make it real,
Oh,
please.
somebody may just prompt it. But what do you guys
I
think?
don't I don't want to prompt it. I want an actual movie.
Are you going to be able to make your own episode of like DuckTales and say make an episode of DuckTales live action and have, like Indiana Jones, you know,
I
taking
mean,
them
that's
in a car
copyrighted
ride?
material, so
Yeah, but
good
they're
night,
doing
I
that all
hope
over the
not.
place. There's copyrighted everything all over the place. Like
Yeah,
all these
but
things
it's
like
still
and
breaking
who's
the
getting
law.
sued? Yeah, but are they? You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
the
they are
it's
getting sued.
oh
The,
yeah.
the the individual people are not getting sued. The platforms are getting sued,
I have
or
well
they're
these
getting into
the
bed with
plat
like
the
Disney.
platforms exist. Well, that's true. Speaking of this movie thing, Disney is signing a big deal with Sora to build their
Yes.
Star Wars and all their movies. So,
Ugh, it's terrible.
I actually did post some of those too. Those videos of those Luke Skywalker shorts that are like 5 minutes. They're really good, actually. I mean,
So
they're good
Star
for
Wars is
somebody
over.
that made them just
Over.
homemade.
It's over. We can just play tabs.
Yeah,
I'm
but
trying to
like,
think. I'm trying to
okay, okay.
think through.
I have a very very interesting example. So I can't watch Netflix because I want to be on TikTok, right? Because it's like suited to me and it's exciting.
Whoa! You
And
can't
I'm
watch
not
Netflix because you
I'm
want
not
to be on TikTok.
no.
We,
I want to watch TikTok, right? Because I'm
Yes, I
distracted.
understand.
But what I'm
You're
but
just-
here, hold on. If you can make your own AI movies in an instant, will it get to the point where, oh, this Netflix show is dumb. Let me just make a prompt and generate my own movie that's way better. And then you just watch that movie. And before Phil goes crazy, I'll let him talk. Go ahead, Phil.
what? I mean, yeah, I totally forgot what I was going to say, but um, oh no, no,
Orson,
no, 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 no.
Orson has
Okay,
no shortage of words. Go ahead, Orson.
oh, I totally remember what I was going to say.
Go for it,
Jeez.
Phil.
Yeah, Phil, we're waiting on you.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I forgot.
So, okay, so if you're sitting at the couch and you have a new website called Movies AI, and you
Mhm.
could generate a prompt to watch any movie, any scenario, and it'd be extremely good. Like you could
Okay,
say,
so I'm
make
sitting on the
me
couch.
a
I want to.
Terminator movie that's like the quality of Lord of the Rings, just something, you know what I mean? With Spielberg's style of movie.
Yeah. What's the
Yeah.
question?
What movie would you want to watch?
What movie would I want to watch?
What would you prompt?
Just
What
go
would
for
you
it.
do?
Make it up right now. What
Okay.
movie are you gonna watch?
I would watch a YouTube creator who struggles making a YouTube channel only to find out that he's being filmed making his somebody else's YouTube channel. And so in the reality you find out that he wants to be famous, but he fails so much that he becomes famous on the other YouTube channel.
Somebody else's YouTube channel?
Yeah, somebody else is
What?
filming him fail at making a YouTube channel.
What is this? The Truman Show for
It's sort of.
YouTubers?
That's a really funny concept, actually. That sounds very dramatic. He puts in all this energy, and the
Yeah.
other guys like filming him. Oh, like kind of like a reaction video. Like, look at this terrible thing, and oh, that's
Right.
funny.
And then the plot twist at the end is it was actually his cameraman who was filming him who had a
Extra
YouTube
camera?
channel on the side.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the side YouTube.
The cameraman was making him famous for failing at trying to be famous.
Okay.
I remember what my question was.
Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
there's so much hate and contempt for people who generate AI content because they feel the AI content is soulless, right? There is
Oh, yeah.
some type of human connection that people want or starve for, knowing that another human has created that. So like
Yeah,
a
but that's all
cartoon.
gone. That's all gone. Like
Right.
you're
No,
gonna
no,
be
no.
able to do that.
Let me say.
And then the creator is just gonna say, "Oh, trust me, bro. I made this," and how you're never gonna know.
uh, a cartoon, right?
Mhm.
We know that cartoons are fake, yet we enjoy watching them because somehow we feel humans have spent hours upon hours like hand drawing or animating each of the characters.
I have a very
But
good
how is that any
analogy.
different? How's that any different than somebody spending hours upon
So,
hours generating AI content?
so I have a
They
perfect analogy
didn't
for this.
burn down a forest to do it. They only chopped a
So
few trees
look
down
at
for the
look at
paper.
look at music and movies from the 90s, right? Or even the 80s versus music. You had to play, or like classic rock. You had to play real instruments. It's still popular today. It took a ton of time and hours and skill for those older movies. And then today you have CGI. Today you have auto tune. But that's what's making all the money. Nobody cares about this, someone who's a good guitar player. They just do this, what
Whoa,
what
whoa!
what
I
uh
care
what
about good
sells. What
guitar players.
That's true. But in mass market, maybe it doesn't matter.
I
Not like it did
mean,
before. People don't appreciate what Phil's talking about. They have the quote slop, the tech, or how do you call it? The auto tune and
technobabble.
the techno slop.
All right, so
Yeah.
if you go to a dance out of high school and you're
Mhm.
listening to some song
I hope
and
you
it's
don't.
like really catchy and you're having fun with your friends, are you really going to go research to see if a human made that song, or
Yeah.
are you going to care that AI
But even
made it?
even actually AI even
Probably
solves
not.
the whole auto tune and techie sounding, you know, CGI stuff, because
Synthesized.
you're going to be able to synthesize like a real orchestra, a real, like a Jimi Hendrix guitar player. It's going to go back to sounding good, but then you can just build it with a prompt instead. It's
I've
crazy.
done it. I've done it.
Oh, you've done
Yeah,
that? Oh, that's cool.
yeah. I've done it.
And it's pretty
I
good.
made a whole. Yeah, it's excellent. I made a whole rock
Oh, that's
opera.
great. That's awesome.
It is awesome. I can't release it though.
So this all of this
So
all
sad.
this data, they have these data centers. It's sucking all the power. What's so with crypto mining when it was growing, um whoever bought miners, the next month those miners were obsolete because the newer miners were coming out. And so I imagine the same
Did the newer miners have
cycle.
like better looking hair with better picks for the
No,
mining?
they could produce more coins. That's it. Oh, oh gosh.
Arson.
Dude.
Just- come on.
Yeah, the
Okay.
context is a little gone. Ugh.
Sorry, that was a dad
Uh,
joke.
you totally killed the room, Morrison. Oh. Okay, so power consumption, data centers killing the environment.
No, what I'm getting at is, how do you not have an infinite feedback loop with hardware demand? There's no, I don't, like when AI's out of, the cat's out of the bag for AI, and it's not going back in the bag ever. And it's only going to force multiply like to make your full length movie at home on your computer is going to take a ton more compute. To synthesize a skyscraper in a 3D model on your laptop with a prompt is going to take a
Yeah.
ton of compute. And
Okay.
so with this infinite progression, like, how are we building all these things? And where does it stop? Does it stop? Like, why would it ever stop? Why would you stop building more hardware?
Money? You don't have the cash flow to build more? That's kind of the fear in the markets right now. If you've been paying attention, they are they're scared of not having enough money to build the giant data centers and structures that they need to be able to run these massive models that people are using. So it makes investors scared and they start all pulling out. And then when they start pulling out, the money starts leaving. And when the money starts leaving, it dries up.
Well, like Nvidia and these places building chips are getting trillions of dollars. And so they have an infinite amount of funds. I think it's almost down to like there's only X amount of resources in space and power and water in the earth. So it's just you're resource constrained more than anything.
Well, the thing about Nvidia has, you know, most of the market, and Nvidia sells to a big company. That company then sells their data center to a different company, and then you just pass around the money. It's like, here
Yeah,
I
but
am, take
like Sora,
$3,
like to
and
run
then
Sora.
you take the $3 and you pass it over to Phil to pay him, and you just keep passing
Yeah,
it around.
I've seen that, but like when companies become more reliant, I feel like AI to a large extent is a novel thing that's like, oh, look at this cool, this dog can do a little trick. And some people are implementing it right now. But what happens when like Netflix and these big studios start using millions of tokens to run these server farms and investing lots of money to build these videos, and then these videos start making money, right? And then
There's
now you have a cycle of demand for the hardware where it's producing profit.
but that's gonna
And by the
affect.
way, you're deleting all of the employees because you're just using a hand like five people to do these million prompts to
Yeah,
build these
but you're
movies.
gonna be affecting everybody's power bill to the point where people don't want everybody's
Right.
gonna become a Luddite overnight. They'll be like, I don't want to pay $10,000 power bill.
Which is why they're talking about putting these things in space.
How is that gonna save the power bill? How are you gonna
Because
transfer?
the sun has an unlimited amount of power.
Solar.
I mean, yeah, but putting things up into space, you got to keep it there. So you got to make sure it,
Just orbit.
it orbits correctly. Otherwise, it'll fall from orbit.
Right.
It's
And they
not
have the
rocket
like
science,
they
Orson.
have
Yeah,
well, no, but
rocket
I'm just saying
science.
they have thousands and thousands and thousands of Starlink satellites all over the place.
Yeah.
And they eventually fall down and burn up.
Yeah, and so well, like you need to update your hardware for the server farm, so you put them up in space with this 5-year plan to run around in circles until it comes back to Earth.
You're just describing
I think it
Wally,
may
and
I
I don't
think
think
it
we
may
need to
be
go to that world.
hold on. So I was thinking about these things, and I don't know if you're going to have a quote like a big quote space station server farm. It may be more modular than that. It may be like the Starlink satellite thing
A
almost.
network of smaller.
Yeah, where they all talk to each other. Crazy, right? I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. To be able to process speeds, they're going to be able to need to talk faster than Starlink can talk to itself. Otherwise, it's not going to be able to do anything
Well, they're
great.
using us. I think they were saying it's actually more efficient and faster to put it in space than on Earth through like laser. I think they were saying.
So
I don't
now,
know.
so would they be? Would the so instead of a data center, you have a billion data centers, and then those
I don't
are
know. I don't know the method, but
communicating to each other through a linked up network up in
so
the
so
solar's
this is
systems.
sort of a funny thing. Like I saw a meme where it showed the Matrix and the they say, oh, avoid the agents, the AI agents,
Oh my
And
god.
so I was thinking about the satellites and in the Matrix. They what do they have to do to stop the robots? They have to scorch the sky to stop the sunlight from powering the robots. So maybe it's a scorch the sky to stop the satellites from transmitting back to Earth.
Maybe
I don't know.
maybe everything that I actually watched a funny video. I watched a lot of this. But this one was about the reason Elon Musk has built every single one of his companies. And
Mhm.
it's fascinating because if he like the man who was talking about it linked everything together. Why is Elon Musk building solar? Well, on Mars, you don't have solar. Sorry, you don't have like fossil fuels. So you're going to need
Mhm.
solar power. Why is he building a bunch of robots? Well, on Mars, you need a bunch of people to go set up the camps, and normal
Just the
people aren't going to
Optimus
be able to do
robots.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Optimus. So great. Why is there a boring company? It's not a boring company. It builds, giant holes in the ground because they're probably going to be living underground. And so he just pointed
It
out
sounds
every
quite
single
depressing.
thing, I know every single thing that Elon Musk is doing
Just to go to
was
Mars.
to go to Mars and live on Mars.
and abandon Earth.
How crazy is that? Like, if you think about it, 100% it makes sense, which is kind of frightening. Do you want to go to Mars, Bill?
If I was given the opportunity to go to Mars and not have a return trip, I would probably say no. I don't know. Because
Okay, okay.
so
But
now, okay, I've been watching a lot of war movies. Stay tuned for our next podcast next week because we're going to be talking about war movies. But a lot of times when people went to war, they expected not to come back home,
Mhm. But they
Hmm.
still
and
went.
but they still went because they were in service of their country, honor and stuff like that.
America. Sorry.
Sure. So, uh,
Bunch of
Or
commies.
Russians will
would
say
would
Russia.
people would people be the same for going to like a foreign planet? I think
Well, that's an interesting point because it wouldn't be like for America, it would be for Earth.
correct. And they promised to give your family, $500,000. You go to Mars and you live there until you don't. And
Yeah, it's like going to be a one-way trip. You're not coming back.
if they're sending, 5,000 people at a time to Mars, they're probably not going to come back.
Is
You
that
know,
really so bad? Can we just send all the people we don't want?
they have, interesting with
Careful,
space and
Orson.
AI. Space. You have space. You have AI. You have, you know,
Mars.
Mars. Yeah. So what? Like Star Trek. What I think we may have touched on this. Like,
I love
what is
Star Trek.
keeping
What
them
about it?
from making a whole AI Optimus bots, all this kind of stuff in a big ship and go explore unknown universe stuff? Maybe
We
this.
don't have the
Maybe this.
technology and
The
money.
speed of this ship is too slow.
Well, if
Like you
there's
could.
no
Mhm.
money involved, okay, so it sounds so terrible to say, but if there is no money involved and there's no chance to make money doing a thing, it's never going to be done because everybody wants to
That's
make
not true.
money.
Did the United States make money when they landed on the moon?
Yeah, we're going to the moon to orbit it
Yes.
in
Yes,
a
they
few
did.
days.
You
So
know
what's
how
the
they
point of
made
that?
money?
Oh, they
The,
sold their
the,
space rocks? I don't know. Moon rocks?
no, no, no. All the technologies that came out of the programs.
That's not why they did it. That was a byproduct of the
I'm
program.
saying they made money. Well, the reason they did it is to prove to the rest of the world that America is the
But
best.
they didn't.
Hoo-ah.
Okay, maybe that. But was the space program profitable or just a sunk cost? I don't think they made anything.
It
Did
was
they?
all taxpayer dollars, so it was a sunk
Right.
cost.
Yeah. So there's not like it. Like you're saying, it's not like some great investment. I mean, it was
I don't
investment
know. I think it
build
is a
it
great
to build like
investment.
a. It's like building a big statue for a president. It's like, oh, it inspires people that we're America.
Well, it depends on the president. For
Yeah.
Abe Lincoln, heck yeah. Give him a
Yeah.
statue and please make it copper because he deserves that.
So, well, I mean, you look at Elon too. He has a whole bunch of money. He can go send a rocket to Mars and say, "Oh, I wasted my money on Mars for the good of the exploring Mars." It doesn't
Or
have to be some business case, right?
send a car out into outer space with a mannequin?
That was super cool. That was the
Why
coolest thing I've
was
ever
that
seen.
cool? Oh
Why
my
was that
gosh.
cool?
It's just like, oh, have you seen Star Trek? You don't send things off into the yonder because it comes back. You
How?
now have to they now have to work. It's literally in NASA where they're like, okay, Elon Musk fired a freaking Tesla out into space. So now they
Why are we
have to
worried
keep
if it comes
track of
back?
it.
Why?
Well, because the Earth goes like this and then it comes back.
And what is it going to do
It
to us?
crashes into the planet.
It'll
Yeah.
incinerate like in a
Yeah.
second. It'll go zip, be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They have to put heat shields on their rockets to bring them back to Earth, or they incinerate.
Yeah.
It's not coming back at all.
Drew's got a point.
I mean, that's fair, but how do you explain
It could crash
meteors
into a
hitting the
Starlink satellite.
ground?
Well,
They're they're big,
when they're the size of a state, then they can
about
make
the size of your mom.
it. Oh no!
Oh,
All right,
careful.
I ran out of things to talk about.
Now I killed the conversation. Great.
Okay, in 50. Okay, here we go. In 50 years, what does the world look like? Will we need to scorch the sky like in the Matrix to block the sun, and the data centers? Like, what? You look 50 years from now with all this AI progression. What are we doing? What's happening?
Wait,
How
they
perilous?
scorched the sky in the Matrix? Did
Yeah,
humans scorch the sky or was it the
yeah.
robots?
Humans to stop the robots. Basically, we blocked the sun so the robots couldn't get any solar power, so they couldn't harm us because the
I
machines
didn't,
took over.
but it didn't really work in their world very well then.
No, because they use people for for the batteries.
For the bad, yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think we're all becoming batteries for big tech.
What is going to be the use of a human in 10 years from now? Like, what is the point of humans? We don't have any
Um,
value.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
in
I
a
have
uh,
value.
in
How do you
a
not have value?
compensation sense.
Well,
You're going to be like growing a plant. It's like, oh, here's a plant. It can grow flowers. It
I
smells
know I just
cool.
said everything is about money, but at the
You're
same time,
the humans that going into work will be like,
No,
all
no.
right, we
How?
got human
Okay. No, no,
5776.
no.
Welcome to
Okay,
work.
okay. How do humans create um retain their freedom?
by not turning it over.
And well, we're going to
That's a
turn off
novel
AI.
idea.
We're
Don't
going to
give
turn off.
away our freedom. Oh wait, but it's taken away by degrees.
No, no, no. Like, if you have no money, you have no freedom.
Uh, but if the world doesn't run on money, why does it matter?
You will have no power to make influence and decisions on the world.
I currently don't have influence and power to
Yeah,
make
you do.
decisions on the world.
You go buy your stuff, you go to work, and well, maybe you
I
don't,
mean,
but
that's more of just trying to live and get by. I wouldn't
yeah,
say
but
I'm
when you
trying to
get
influence the
sure, sure.
forces of good.
Haven't you ever heard of
When you
people
have
say, vote
when
with
you
your
have 300
money?
million people trying to live and get by, that's a lot of stuff moving around and a lot of choice that the government can't just force you to do. You
Vote
know,
with your
when
wallet.
when they issue you your here's your food ration, here's your housing ration, here's your 1, 2, 3, and if you
Oh
don't do
no,
exactly what we
not
say,
universal income. Stop
yeah,
it.
if you don't do exactly what we say, then they can just take your pacifier away, basically.
Well, the way we prevent that from happening is by not turning it over in the first place.
Yeah, but
So
people are already turning it over
I don't
without
think we can
realizing it.
prevent it. I don't think we can prevent it.
it's because of computers, and people think computers are cool. Like I think they're cool, but I know there's a point and a place where you should go. Oh yeah, no. I just
Yeah, I
want to
don't know.
play games
The
and goof
Can
so
around.
I
so
share an
in
experience?
50 years, what's gonna
Yes,
happen is what I'm
Phil,
saying.
you can share your experience before your
Uh,
eyes explode.
it went. It went.
And
It
don't
snowed. It
you
snowed
can
here.
you can use the miners in your head.
Um, it snowed here for the last few days, and we took the kids were out of school, so we took the kids sledding, and it was the first time in a very long time that I just laid down in the snow, and it was quiet, and it was like super peaceful and relaxing,
Oh
Oh
yeah.
man.
and so I don't think like any amount of AI or computers can take that away from the human, and that's worth fighting for. So
$100%.
if we are getting
So, have you ever seen Shawshank Redemption?
uh is that the
There's
one
like
where he
a
like crawls
there's
through
a
the poop
quote.
chute and like
Yes, and they're sitting in the thing, and he's like, the guy's like, you got to have hope, and then the other guy's like, you have hope, or you can drive a man insane. You can't do that in here. You'll break apart. And then the guy's like, no, it's like something in here, something they can't touch, and that's like what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like even if when humans are in dire circumstances, they still find a way to be human.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So, to your question, in 50 years, what does the world look like? I think people are still expressing themselves and showing their side of humanity, even.
You do you think is it a positive situation where everybody has their basic needs met and then they can go lay in the snow and just relax? Or
Yes.
does that put people in a sort of prison where they have a glass ceiling on what they can do?
That's
Like, oh no,
like
you can't progress, you can't do this, you're just in your box. This is
so
your ration, this is how far you can go.
you're just
Right?
describing Star Trek.
Communism, yeah.
No, if you have everything you need, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go do the
Y-
things you want
But
to do. Do you
yeah,
want to
but you
wake
don't
up and go to work every single day and try to make money?
but you
No.
can't have
Um,
everything you want. That's the point. You
You
can't
you
have the
can,
sports car, you'll have the issued Apple car.
but if you're in the Star Trek world, you can have whatever you want. They have a replicator. That's what we're, hopefully
Oh.
shooting for. They have the
Yeah.
replicator, right? You
So
can make
maybe
anything. You can make clothes. You can make a microphone. Anything you want. It's
what if
basically
what if 300
yours.
million people had unlimited abundance? What would they do with it? Maybe it'll be like taboo. It'll be like, oh, you have bad class to want a Ferrari, and it's kind of a shunned thing.
If everybody had abundance, I don't understand what's
I
wrong with
was
that.
watching a video where they were
The
talking
world would
about.
be full of junk.
It's already full of junk.
Yeah, but times infinity.
3D printers.
Phil, what were you watching? Phil, tell
Oh
us what
yeah,
you
yeah,
were
yeah.
saying.
So they were talking about giving people a sense of authority,
Right.
and like 9 out of 10 times they would abuse the authority, like every time.
Oh yeah.
Every time,
But
yes.
is that because they
And
didn't have it? What if they had always had it? Is it that they
I
finally
don't
grasped the
know.
chain of power that they feel like finally I have this thing? Like it's a scarcity thing? Like if it's easily, it's like the barrier
That's
to
a good
entry.
question. I
If
don't
it's the
know.
barrier to entry, if you can do anything you want or have anything you want, it's like playing a PC game on God mode where you can just do whatever you want and then it gets boring. Like
I don't
it's
think it
not
gets boring.
it's
It's a lot
it's
of
not
fun.
it is fun because you can create and do a bunch of stuff.
I'm
But
bad at video games. It makes the game a lot more fun.
yeah. But you know what I mean? When you take away the struggle and you just get stuff, maybe it doesn't solve your scratch the itch or whatever. And
Yeah.
so nobody cares to do it.
I think if you watch the Next Generation, there's a main character by the name of Data, and he's an android, and he's always asking Captain Picard or Geordi or I mean basically anyone that's human why they do the things that they do. And then they're like, it's because it's a human thing.
Mhm.
And he's like, but why?
Do you remember when he got his little chip that made him like a human? And then
Yeah.
he's like,
The
searching
data
for
guy, the
life
guy with the thing on his
forms,
head.
searching for life forms, and he like starts singing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember about Data. And then he
Yeah.
like started going crazy. He was like, ah! I just did that
What the
on camera. I apologize.
All right. Speaking of that, let's share our final thoughts on this whole debacle. So, what's going to happen to us, Phil? Go for it. Are we going to be data with install our chip and they're like, what's going to happen to us?
No, I always feel like the whole like I don't know. It's been beat to death, but like the automobile, right?
Mhm.
So before the automobile was like mainstream, people were kind of locked in the city, and when they got cars, vehicles, they could um suburban uh what are the like big towns outside of a city?
Suburbs?
Suburbs were
Suburbs.
born because people could actually drive their car from their house to work in 20
Oh,
minutes.
they could go to
And
a nice quiet place to live and not have to
yes,
live in the city. Oh yeah.
correct.
Okay.
So it expanded people's opportunities, right?
Mhm.
And AI, as crazy as it might be, I think will expand into new opportunities, because the human like interaction that we
Did
have
you
with
just
each
go
other,
human?
the humanity in people is what I was going to
Oh,
say, will never die, and the sense of discovery will never die in the humans. So if all of our needs are taken care of, then people will go and discover something new.
I think
mhm.
what your point comes back to, there's always a newer, younger generation rising that's born and
Correct.
everything,
Who
and they'll see things at a different angle and shake the
correct.
Mhm.
old people and say, "Look at it like this," you know.
Old people
So
are always complaining about the new technologies. Growing up, everyone is, what is this, email? Why,
I
why
could
do I
just
have
send
to
a
type on this?
memo.
Oh, I hate email. Do you remember that? Like
oh
everyone
yeah,
complained about email so
yeah,
much.
oh yeah,
And I was like this kid, and I was like, you
It's
just
kind of
type and you hit the
cool.
send button and it's
Mhm.
immediate. I don't know why. It's
It's
so much
easy.
faster. And now all of us adults are like, oh, AI, it's terrible. And it's like, no, I can just type in a prompt and get a video and it's instant. I don't understand why
I
yeah.
think I think the reason why is because it just shows how we don't understand how to adapt to changes quickly. And when we don't know how to do that, we is like a whole generation, um we don't know how to leverage our tools that we went to college, we learned how everything is supposed to work. This is the way the world works, that's the way we were taught, right? But now uh, it doesn't work that way anymore, it's completely different. So if you resist adapting to the new, you're holding yourself back intentionally. But at the same time, it gets flipping exhausting to keep learning the new thing. And some of us are just like, can we just leave it alone for like 15 years? Give me a break. Let me catch my breath for a second.
Mhm.
it will never happen because there are
Exactly.
new students, new kids, new generation who are always going to be pushing the envelope to be unique.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there's a plot that shows the adoption of new technologies like the internet and like, when people use Google and people use Yahoo and AOL and anyway, they were plotting all these different technologies and how quickly people adopted and subscribed to these things. And you look at
Mhm.
the plots and they kind of go, kind of exponential, like to the internet. And then you look at AI and it's only like a few years and it just goes straight up, just straight. So I think the change that we're undergoing is a incredibly violent, fast-paced thing that is
We need to
is gonna
stop
it's
and think.
ready if you adopt it or not, there's others that are gonna gain power and adopt it faster than you. And so I think we're in for a world that's going to get very, very
So
interesting, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be having things just happen to them and reacting versus proactively engaging. And I don't know what we
yeah.
can do to even proactively engage. It's going to just whatever perceptions we have in our head versus what's really going to happen, I feel like are just so radically different. So
Well, we should just stop
it's
and create a
wild.
peace agreement between countries saying we're not gonna, biological warfare, we're not gonna do AI
Yeah.
warfare.
Just
We're gonna have peace. Otherwise, it's
yeah. I don't know, playing the king of the hill,
everyone
who's
dies.
going to win the AI race is like it may not be even be any they call the technocracy. It may just be a big tech company that wants to rule the world versus like, Germany versus, the US or
It'll be Apple versus Tesla versus Google.
yeah, yeah. So we could be in for a very interesting future, but Anyway, speaking of war, Phil's going to run an episode next week. You want to give
Yeah.
us a preview, Phil, but what that's about?
Well, mostly just discussing why war movies are so good when they depict something so terrible and nasty. Like what makes a good war movie?
What
We
draws us
will,
to it?
yeah, those types of things.
Yeah.
We're gonna do my top 10 or maybe top 5 war movies. So
Mhm.
stay tuned for that. Wrong answers only, probably. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You guys have to like and
Cool.
subscribe, and so that you can see that when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited for it.
And remember, chat, war
War.
never changes.
War never changes.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
All right. Catch you later.